Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. I'm back here at Infiniti of Flemington to look at a brand new 2023 Infiniti QX55. This happens to be the top sensory trim, so let's dig in. All right, front end on this QX55, we have all LED lighting, as you can see, LED headlights, LED daytime running lamps, LED turn signals, LED fog lamps, a lot of chrome on that grille here on the sensory trim with that big Infiniti badge in the middle. Of course, that badge is hiding all of that safety tech for the vehicle, and that's why that thing is so big, to try to hide that. We got flat black on the bottom and color matched on the bottom as well. This color is slate gray, and I think it really pops on this QX55. All right, wheel and tire package on the QX55. Sensory, we have a 20-inch wheel. We have silver, gunmetal gray, Infiniti badge in the middle, ventilated rotors, tire size, 255 on the width, a 45 series sidewall, 20s, all four corners. Full side profile of this QX55, a very sporty look with that hard body line that comes off the front fender and goes across the front and rear door handle to the back tail lights, as well as another hard body line down on the lower part of the door to give the car some vehicle some motion. We have a lot of chrome trim around the windows since this is the top trim, but what I am again going to be critical of, as I was in the QX60, this is the top trim and we have flat black plastic. This should be body color. We have gloss black on the side view mirrors with LED turn signals. Down below, as you can see, we have our 360-degree camera. We are color matched with some chrome trim on the front and the rear door handle. A left side fuel filler cap. Up top, color matched shark fin antenna and a standard style sunroof. You cannot get a panoramic sunroof in the QX55 because of this sloped roof design. So you have to go with the standard sunroof. The back of the QX55, you have a very small and low profile roof lid spoiler. Therefore, that windshield wiper has to be on the lower part of the rear window. We have the Infiniti badge and then Infiniti spelled out underneath. All-wheel drive on the left, QX55 on the right, and we do have functional dual exhaust, chrome tips / cut, looking pretty good, with some flat black around the entrance to the tailgate. But let's take a listen. All right, we're under the hood of this QX55, and what are we looking at for a power plant? This is a 2-liter variable compression turbo 4-cylinder engine, making 268 horsepower, 280 pound-feet of torque. Mated to, get ready for this, a CVT transmission, MPGs, 22 in the city, 28 on the highway, 25 combined. All right, we are inside this 2023 QX55 sensory. So before we get started with the interior, and it's a really well done interior, you're going to want to know, Mike, how much does this cost? Well, the way this one is optioned, top trim sensory, MSRP is $61,350. So let's check out the interior. All right, starting with the foot box, we have a nice large dead pedal brake and accelerator. I'd like to see some aluminum trim on here since we are top trim, and since this is supposed to be the sportier two-row SUV from Infiniti. On the door sills, we do have that light up Infiniti, which is nice. Power seats for the driver and front passenger, and this nice black and red leather combo, which I think looks beautiful here in this interior. Nice job. All right, the door panel is a bit monochromatic where we have the leather up top with stitching. We have this fingerprint resistant black or charcoal gray above the door handle. The driver does have 2 memory seats, flat black along the switchgear, leather, and a nice soft armrest, but I would have liked to seen a little bit of the red from the seating and the center console worked into the door. I think it would have made it look a little bit nicer and make it pop a little bit more. This does have the advanced Bose Performance sound system. Up top on the dash, we have leather with stitching, more of that dark gray fingerprint resistant trim, more leather, glove box, nice and large. So when we're looking at the infotainment system setup, we have a dual screen setup on the QX55. They're both touch screens. This one up here is going to display your map and your navigation guidance, and down below is a little bit of a command center where you're going to be able to toggle through your audio menu, your climate menu, your home menu, Bluetooth, your phone connections, your driver assistance suite. All of that is in this lower command center. So I find that, I don't know, a bit redundant considering most other models are going to combine the two, but that's how they did it here in the QX55. I do like the fact that they're both integrated into the dash and it's just not like a stuck-on iPad style. But as we come down here, we have our climate controls. Here, our fan speeds, our 3-stage heated seats and 3-stage ventilated seats for the driver and front passenger. And inside this little command center down here, you have your heated steering wheel. So that's where that is located. You do have your volume and radio controls down below. Down further, we'll zoom back in. We have a little tray here for change or any doodads. We have a USB-C, a USB-A, and a 12-volt. Moving farther down, here's the gear shift to go through the simulated gears in the CVT. And again, we are in park right now. To put it in drive, you push the button at the front of the gear shift and you can move it down the drive. You do that a second time and it puts you into manual so you can use the paddles to shift. You want to go back into park, boom, you're back into park, no problem. Here is our drive modes right here, which we'll show you when we go through the dashboard. Electric emergency brake, auto hold. Up here, we do have our dial to go through the infotainment system rather than using the touch screen if you would like that. And here is our rear view camera look. So if we pop back up here and we put this thing in reverse, we go to the top screen for that. Now we have our backup camera, nice and clear with trajectory, with 360, and then we can obviously change the view if you want to change the view using this button up here. But overall, it is a nice clear, and I do like to touch with the 360. Infiniti key fob, nice and light, Infiniti badge up top, remote start, lock, unlock, pop the trunk, panic button, nice and light. Center armrest, red, black, nice stitching. Open it up. Nice storage, felt-lined USB. All right, the Infiniti steering wheel, nice leather-wrapped steering wheel, nice 10 and 2 notches. The Infiniti and badge in the middle on the horn button. Some nice silver trim that comes down below, which I think is a nice touch. Flat black on the switchgear. On the left is your telephone and voice commands. On the right is your cruise control and safety suite controls. We do have paddles to manually go up and down these simulated CVT gears. On the left, over here, we have our semi-autonomous driving mode when you are in. That's called steering assist. And they have to be in cruise control to use that. To turn your parking sensors on or off. To turn the head-up display on or off. And over here to pop the tailgate. Here's our headlight controls with our fog lamps. Brighten or dim the dash. On the stalks, we have the headlights over, or excuse me, not the headlights, but the turn signal and bright lights over here. On the right, the controls for your 2 windshield wipers. And then in the middle, we have that standard analog digital combo, analog gauges for your speedometer and tachometer, fuel level and coolant temperature, and then the small 4.5-inch display in the center that's going to give you tire pressures, range to tank, average miles per gallon, that sort of stuff. So it's your standard combo gauge. Obviously in a sensory trim, you know, a lot of people are going to prefer all digital, but you know, I'm okay with this. It's a bit old school, but I'm okay with it. All right, so for our drive modes, you have standard or normal, you have eco, you have sport, which is what we're going to leave it in for the drive today, and personal, so you can configure your own. So there you go. Overhead console, we have our LED lighting, which is nice. Controls for the sunroof, our SOS button, but overall a nice overhead console. All right, side view mirrors are power folding, so you can just hit the button and they fold in. You hit the button the other way, they fold out, or you can have it set so when you lock the car, or the SUV, excuse me, these things will fold in for you. All right, we're in the rear seat of this QX55, and even with the sloped roof, with the coupe design, I do have plenty of room for my head at 5'11", plenty of knee room with the seat set at my driving position. Nice consistency of design front to back. Same nice leather with stitching up top. The fingerprint-free material, and then the brushed aluminum on the door handle. The Bose speakers are back here as well. Flat black on the switchgear, and a nice soft armrest on the door. So overall, it's a nice place to be back here in the back seat of this QX55. To get into the rear tailgate, you can do that with the key fob or with the button on the dash, or if you forget, you can come to the back of the car, and right inside this Infiniti badge on this little black triangle, you push that in. Nice electric assist on the way up, electric assist on the way down using this button here. Nice carpeted floor area in here with some decent storage. Not the greatest, it's the opening's a little narrow, but not bad. And it's a little bit lower because of this coupe design. We have the carpeted floor mats with Infiniti QX55 stitched in, carpeted cargo mat, Infiniti stitched in. Some nice extra storage underneath that, which is nice. Over here on the side, we do have a 12 volt in case you need power in the back. And then we have some non-LED lighting in the back. And to get the rear seats down, here's our lever, pull levers right here. We pull this one, down it goes, and you got to pull them fairly hard to get the seats to move down. Second seat goes down, and now we have a lot more room. Even though those seats don't fold completely flat, we still have a lot more room now just for storage for those larger items. All right, here is the window sticker of this QX55. Feel free to pause and take a closer look at everything that's in this car. Now, let's go take it for a spin. All right, and here we go. And one thing I didn't mention in the interior review is that the QX55 does not have a wireless charging pad, which for a sensory trim doesn't seem to make much sense. Now, Infiniti has told me that in the 2024 model year, they will put in a wireless charging pad in the QX55, but for 2023, even in the top trim, there won't be a wireless charging pad. So that one hurts a little bit for a car that is priced at over $61,000. Now, the other thing that I'm going to bring up is the fact that they're using a standard CVT transmission in this QX55. And to be fair, I harped on Subaru every time I drive one of their cars with a CVT, saying that you can't have a CVT in a top-level trim car. Well, so I have to be consistent here. This should be a 9-speed automatic like they have in the QX60. There should not be a CVT in a $61,000 plus car, because as you can hear, it is buzzy, it is noisy. Even though this engine gets up and goes, I think it's a really good engine. Produces some nice power for this particular SUV. The CVT has a drone, has a buzz to it, which in a premium product, we need to have a premium transmission. And a CVT is just not a premium transmission. So Infiniti, if you're listening, for 2024, let's get a regular torque converted automatic into this QX55. I think it'll make it a much better driving SUV. And if you're looking for sportiness, you're not going to get it out of a CVT transmission. It's just not going to happen. And the QX55 is supposed to be the sporty version of the QX50, since they're both about the same size. That's the whole idea. But visibility wise, no problem. Out the windshield or the side glass. Back window's a little small, but not bad. There is no digital rear view mirror in this one, as there was in the QX60. I don't think that really matters. In this one, I have plenty of visibility. All of the screens are easy to get to, whether to change my settings, either using the dial or using the touch screen, no problem. I like the seating position. I'm up a little bit higher, right? The ride is well damped, nice and smooth, no rattles, no creaks at all coming from the vehicle. I do wish you could have a larger sunroof, but considering the roof slope, I understand why you can only have a standard style sunroof in this particular vehicle. Sound system's nice. Obviously, I can't have it on, so everything is turned off. But I did listen to it off camera, and it does have a nice sound to it. Overall, I think it is a nice package. If you're looking for a mid-size two-row SUV, maybe large compact to small mid-size, that's how I would put this one in the market space. I think it's something that you should put on your list and look at for sure, and give it a test drive, see what you think for yourself. But it does really have nice pickup. This is a really good engine, and it really does get the power to the ground in this QX55. But let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what you think about the CVT being in here. Let me know what you think about no wireless charging and the overall design. Just let me know. I want to thank Infiniti of Flemington for allowing the channel access to this vehicle for review. I would like to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Please also consider subscribing and turning on that notification bell so you'll never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.